Are we live? Oh, we're live. Hello. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, it feels weird to be using a tablet again. As long as my volume is okay, I'm not going to be speaking very loudly, probably. So I just got back from a break, which means basically that I was just resting my hands for a week. Oh, it was torture. It was absolute torture. And my hands don't feel any better, which is the worst part. But it's been 1 week. I said I'd do a week. And now it's time to get back to this. So what I'm going to do on this is what I've done before. I've had deconstruction time lapses and streams and all that kind of stuff. What I want to do is, I'm pretty sure I want to use this for acid hues. I want to do a redux of that, because I did a long time ago. Like, I think it was indeed over a year ago that I did this. So I want to do it with this animation like I redux shark bites. Does anybody notice she might be making a new video? That's the point, MCB Clark 11. Thank you, Chronom. By the way, if you guys, as always, if you guys want to, like, get my attention, you have to ping me like that, because my name will appear in orange and it'll catch my eye. I'm on 2 screens right now. And it sucks to have RSIs for about 4 years. You know, 1 week is not going to cure them, but that was a depressing week. Let's see here. So I'm going to call this just acid hues deconstruction, I guess. So what I'm first going to do, I think, is just, so I'm going to use the magnetic lasso tool, and I'm going to just, oh boy, I might have to change some settings on this. I'm just going to go all around Pearl. I'm going to have to do some, touch-ups here, because it's not, the content aware scale or whatever it is not recognizing that these are parts of her body. In fact, I don't even know what this is. Is that a shoulder? Is that part of the tentacle? Well, I guess that decision is in my hands, because I'm the one doing this. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's her hand. The rest of it's floor. Okay. And her shoes go over Marina's shoes, I can see. Yes, Alia123, that is how to get my attention. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to be looking at the stream chat too much. If anybody has any questions for me about precisely why or where I've been gone, or just any questions that you want, I guess we can have... Ah! No! Woof. Okay. Thank God for Control-Z. You know. And I'll answer any questions people might have. This is Photoshop. This is just Photoshop. If anybody saw that recent time-lapse video that I did, that was all in Premiere Pro, which I state in the video. It's Premiere Pro. Somebody asked me, what app do you use to, like, make the songs follow the lyrics? Like, I'm assuming what they meant was, like, the karaoke style lyrics that I do. You know how, like, well, the color follows the lyrics. And whenever somebody asks me, oh, what app are you using? I'm a little like, is that just what people call programs now? Or do they literally think it's just some app? Because that, I don't know. I know it's just people want to learn, but it always irks me a bit. I was like, no, it's not an app. You can't just download an app and do this. It takes a long time. Ahmed Akta, I think that's how I pronounce the name. Watch out for Marina's legs because they are very close. Oh, well, yeah. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be redrawing her foot. Just based on what I think it probably will look like. Okay, where was I? I gotta make sure her entire body is clipped out properly. I do have the previous layer, the unobstructed, complete layer right here marked with red. So if there's any problems, I can just go back to that one because that's where it started. Why is your name named after Shy? Dear Shy? What? Why is your name named after Shy? What? Who's Shy? I really want you to explain to me what you're talking about. Yeah, I want to do this for Acid Hues. I might last minute decide to put it for a different song, but currently Acid Hues is the one I want to do, which is why I put Acid Hues as a credit song for my end card on Kala Inc. Yeah, people are mobile. They're who think that they can do the same kind of videos. Got bad news for you. People can still make wonderful videos just with very basic editing software. I mean, look at Keke. They're French. They do like those little like bouncing bird animations. I still think they use something called like Flipnote Studio. It's like a really rudimentary program, but their skill is absolutely amazing because they understand all of the principles of animation and they use it to their benefit. So it doesn't matter that they're using a super basic program. It might be a program on the DS, in fact. I don't even remember. But, you know, when it comes to things like this specifically that I'm doing, I mean, I think Adobe makes apps, but not for phones. They do it for, like, tablets and stuff. Let me just sculpt that out. Let me see here. Wait, is that part of her shoe? Wait. Nope, that's Marina's shoe. Also, please tell me none of you can actually hear the music I'm currently listening to, right? Like, please tell me that. Because I'm listening to music in iTunes right now, and I'm not supposed to have anybody, you know. I don't want this to get copyright claimed because I'm listening to copyrighted music. Thank you, Natalie. I still want to know what that person was saying, though, with, why is your name named after Shy? I want to know what that is. It is a conundrum. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just listening to my own nice, I don't know if you can see it down here, Shadow Self by Kevin Gilbert just came on. That isn't a song I'd recommend for the average listener. It's very long and kind of creepy, but I like it. I remember once I had like a poetry class or something like that in high school, and there was like a little sheet that we had like on the first day, and it's like, write out your favorite lyric. And I wrote out the entirety of it's just two sentences, two very long run-on sentences from this one song, and I had to like twist it around the page. It like went around the margins, and everybody was like, what? And because I was a high schooler, I was like, yeah, look how fun and quirky I am. Bet you never heard of this song before. 3DS Flipnote Studio 3D. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, because Koi's a fish, but my nickname actually did not come from it being a fish. When I heard the word koi back in 2006, I didn't know it was a fish. I just thought it was a cute Japanese word because I was a huge weeb. Okay, I think she's cut out. Hey, Peppa! I don't know what kind of music I like. Because, like, what I'm listening to right now, Shadow Self by Kevin Gilbert. The only song from this guy I know. I want to look up, actually. What is this guy's genre? Progressive rock? Okay. See, I'm not savvy with genres, which makes it kind of difficult sometimes to explain to samples what kind of music I'm looking for. Which, by the way, we are working on the next Octoprism song. I am going to be recording the scratch track later today. Yeah, it's gonna look like I'm doing nothing right now. Also because I'm getting a little distracted, but this is a celebration of me being off of my break. Ah, feck. Okay, that's fine. I am getting the characters out of the background. They need to be able to move. And I need to separate their body parts into separate moving parts so I can animate it. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to fix that. So that'll be interesting. I'm gonna have to completely redraw her feet that are covered by Pearl's feet. Alright, the lyric part of this song that came on I love. If I recall, it's Mask of Honor, Lebensborn. Of darkness, brothers, we are sworn. We make us strong when we are weak. You are the only truth we seek. We want us to forget the hollow men. We have become your followers, so lead us now to paradise. We'll never have to wear them. Mask of goodness and of grace, the blood of angels made to face the horror of the naked truth. It's only what you make it do. The things you want to do complete the animal that has to be the innocents are left to bear the blame. We'll never have to wear them. It's so hard to say all in one breath. It's very bizarre music, though. That guy's from, like, I don't know, the 80s or something like that. I don't know when this guy was making music, but he's dead now, so he's not making music anymore. Honestly, I was saying I was going to be on Team Ketchup because I love Marina so much. Mwah, she is beautiful. But honestly, I don't like ketchup, and I like mayonnaise in sandwiches. And why do people keep on saying that the Splatfest is happening now? I don't know what y'all saw, but when I looked at the announcements, it said it was starting the 22nd, I guess wherever I live, and the 23rd, like in Europe, so I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna look at the chat. Yeah, calling this a deconstruction is really the only way to really describe what I'm doing. I'm deconstructing and redrawing an image. However, that is still so vague. It's like, what the hell does that mean? I guess I'll have to watch this later and skip through a couple of the timestamps to look for it. Okay, yep. It feels so much better to be back at my computer. I've got an office with my computer. That's also where Law, my boyfriend, is. And then we have a living room right outside. I've been in the living room on the couch just watching TV for days with my arm in a warm compress for 30 minutes, cold compress for 20 minutes, rinse and repeat for a whole week. It was so depressing. You can't do anything that you love. I like to draw, play video games, make videos. I couldn't do any of that. It was so depressing. I'm so glad to be off that break. Ahmed the Octo. It isn't happening now, just Off the Hook announced it. I see. Yes, that makes sense. But still, people were like, oh my god, it's happening today! And I'm like, it's not happening today. It's happening soon. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up on what the chat's saying. I am super excited. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm just looking at deleted. Oh lord. Thank you, Yanni, for keeping the peace. But I definitely want to do another Color Pulse video. That will actually be my very first Splatoon lyrics video I ever made, which has now been unlisted, was Color Pulse using oh loud just using crappy 30-second clips from my Switch that I posted to a dummy Twitter account, like just a mule Twitter, then downloaded with a Twitter to MP4 thing, and then put in. It was garbage. And then I made the Redux, let's see. What the heck is going on with this? This does not look right. I'll probably fix this. Anyway, and that was with somebody else's footage. Now that's a practice that I look back and I don't like it. Oh, damn it. Oh, that was for nothing. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, because I didn't have access to a capture card and that was way too much money for me. And I was like, well, these people won't care. And now, most of those videos, oopsie, damn it. Most of those videos are now, like, unlisted and you can't even find them anymore. And I'm like, where did they go? I don't know. So I like having videos now, since I have the resources, to either have them recorded by my friend, Professor Dr. Gamer, new patron, by the way, shout out to him, or stuff I can literally record myself. So I still like those videos. I still like the editing I did on them. I still like the lyrics, but it's other people's videos, so I feel like a total hypocrite. Even though I always give them credit, and even in the Into the Light Redux, I put their usernames on screen as a second watermark. I don't know, but I'm very excited to finally have the ability to record, like, the Color Pulse performance myself. So I gotta do something with that. But it's, I don't know how to make it different, because it'll technically be the 4th time I've done a video on that song. So hopefully samples will be able to help me figure out something. Okay, I've been getting so many pings. Let me look back through this. Okay, what am I missing? I'm probably still going to be using text-to-speech on Discord every once in a while, McTwilight, because, I do need to remember to take breaks. Otherwise, my hands will just continue to get worse. So I'll probably end up going for maybe an hour or two every day back over to the living room, sit down with my hot compress, and just be on my phone with text-to-speech. Aww. Aw, Clark11. Thank you. Yes, I like chicken. I actually had fried chicken last night. Delicious. Aww. I am glad you like those. I wonder if I could make better lyrics, because I always seem to be updating Pearl's lyrics for something better, and the latest one, Colorpocalypse, I do quite like, and I'm wondering, could I think of something different for Marina's? I'm not sure. Because it definitely does sound like what she's saying, like it's so ingrained in my head. I have a Discord, Kawaii Cookie. And go to any Octopia news video, any of them. And in the description, there should be a link to my public server. And go there. I am not accepting friend requests. I get too many. You're all strangers to me. I'm sorry, but I don't want to accept friend requests from just anybody. I normally just have them turned off. The videos went poof? What? Did my stuff... Yeah? League battles? As entertainment. Peppa, that's, I don't know. I honestly don't play Splatoon a whole lot anymore, especially because I main brushes, because it is kind of intensive on my hands. Could Splatoon only be done by Nintendo? Well, I mean, they're the ones that develop the software. Who else out there could develop something like that? I don't know. But I do think that plenty of fan people, like especially Squeaky, have wonderful ideas that, like, Nintendo would actually benefit from, I think. Okay, this is very sloppy. If I wasn't doing a stream, I'd be, like, way further into it right now. But hey, you know what? I'm feeling a little lonely. Law normally sleeps for a long, long time because he goes to bed way later than me, so he's not up yet. Okay. Where do I need to fix stuff? I guess I'll scrape that bit out. Sure. Oh, darn it. No. This is, the feather count is off. I went over this entire thing with a 0 feather point count. It's how fuzzy the outline is. And now I've been doing manual stuff with a 1 pixel feather count. I can't have that. Undoing whatever I just did. Okay. Anybody can join my Discord server if you are over the age of 13 or you are 13, because we're running a server, not a daycare. And also if you have a valid phone number. That was a moderating measure that we put in because people were trying to circumvent bans. So everybody come into the server. We would love to have you there. We're not going to be doing a Splatfest until next month. I keep on wanting to be like, oh, but I want to do it anyway. But we actually had a poll in the server and everybody said, no, postpone it. Because we're getting a real one at the end of this month. So, I don't know. But I already have the next 2 planned out. The next one we're doing is Neon versus Pastel, but I'm really, really into the concept of bumblebees versus butterflies, because I think that would just be perfect for spring. Okay, I think she's about ready. Yep. She's ready to be cropped out. So I will just pop that. And there we go. Now we have both of the girls completely isolated. So there they are. They are no longer in the background. Boop. Okay, now I don't know if you can see these little bits around here, these little white bits. That's of course because of the background. So since these are now they are now isolated, I'm gonna, oh, my dog's barking. Hold on a second, I gotta go make my dog stop. Stupid dog. He's scared of everything. When he hears the mail coming through the mail slot, he throws a fit. And then I have to unlock the door and show him a peek through to show him, no, there's nobody there. Stop being afraid. Also, scroll up. Dragon Slayer's Workshop Squeaky's concept has to become a reality. I thought you were saying it had become a reality, and I was about to be like, wait a second there. But honestly, I really wish somebody at Nintendo would pick that up, because it's wonderful. I mean, the amount of work that he put into that is crazy. As I was saying, I'm going to use something called transparency lock, so that, you know, when normally I'd be drawing, actually, wait a minute, let me just make this lighter. There we go. Oop. Normally, I'd be drawing like this, but with this, make this darker again. It only draws in the, I guess you could say, in the lines. And I'm using tons of keyboard shortcuts, so it's not like this is a good, what's the word? Like tutorial. This isn't really a tutorial, it's just me kind of showing my process. Oof. Oh my gosh. This is a blending brush I was using on that Reina Drops image, the crying Reina picture. Okay, I actually need to change my keystrokes for a moment. Or, wait, no. If I just change my mixer brush to something else. But what to change it to? I guess just this one? No. This program's not easy to use. It's frustrating. What's the... Okay. Is it? Okay, I guess it'll have to be this one. There used to be a tool that I would use back in my Watch Me Deconstruct this video. And it's what I use to blend everything. And now, I don't know how to get back to that brush. I don't remember what it was. And I'm also pretty sure that instead of using a keyboard shortcut, I was just constantly using, like, an actual, like, going over, pressing the button, holding something down. Oh my gosh, it was tedious. Imagine, there is something called, like, the undo challenge, and I'm like, I can't do that. Oh my god, guys, please. Just, it's on the description of every single Octopian News episode. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of them. Go look for it. I'm not ever going to be doing Splatfest based on real life things, like real life intellectual properties. Because, like, you know, Splatoon did those things because they had brand deals. Like, you know, what, didn't they do, like, McDonald's one? But they did, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Smash characters. Like, Japan did a bunch of stuff with the Sanrio characters. That was all cross-promotion. And I'm not going to do, like, a Pikachu versus Eevee or whatever, because it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't fit. And I am not affiliated with those people in any way. Oh my gosh. Speaking of being not affiliated with Nintendo in any way, holy shit, the website Zazzle still hasn't gotten back to me about the fact that Octoprism cannot legally be licensed by Nintendo, because they're like, one of your designs isn't gonna work because it belongs to Nintendo. They're like, we can't sell like Splatoon shirts. And I'm like, okay, so I guess some people have never heard of derivative work, which is defensible in court. It was the Octoprism logo, but only the white version of it that they flagged. I think it's because I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I did it with a purpose. You know, I probably tagged that one, and only that one, Splatoon, because, well, it's based off of Splatoon, and I think that flagged in their system. But I have another version of that same logo, except it's, like, it's got a black background, or whatever. They're just 2 different versions, and they didn't catch the other one. So they were just like, oh, yeah, this one definitely, even though it's never been in a single Nintendo property ever made, you know, Nintendo owns it. We can't put this on our merch store. So they looked like they were going to be a pretty good merch store. I wouldn't actually make any money off of them because I'd make like 5% of all sales. But, my God. But the point of me talking about all this is to say I've been trying to make merch. Some people on my Discord already know this. And it's not going so well. I found something, it was called Crowd Made, and I was like, ooh, this looks perfect. Oh, wait. You can only use it if you have over 100,000 subscribers. Except for one person who had 90,000, and they were partnered with them, and I'm like, okay, I guess they make some exceptions. You see how fuzzy this is? This is kind of crisp, this is fuzzy. This is because I used that 1 pixel feather. God damn it. Well, all I have to do is just kind of erase around it to give it a crisper line. I'm going to be taking all this apart anyway. And making merch is not entirely cheap, even if you're using print on demand, because, you know, if you want to assure quality, you need to buy your own products. So that they can ship it to you and you can see, oh, is this going to be good quality or not? Now, there actually are a few people out there from one of my test stores who did buy merch. They're the only people who have actual Octoprism merch, which is pretty cool. But, I don't know. Just gotta try to find the right store to be able to use. And I don't think that's gonna happen till I can use CrowdMade, because I've gone through like 5 or 6 different online print-on-demand stuff, and none of them have worked for various reasons. But I might go something simple, like just a button printing thing, and just do, like, just sell buttons for a while and keep off of clothing, because you have to make sure that that stuff is good quality, because clothing is expensive and buttons are not. You know, somebody actually said recently, "Wow, I'm surprised you're still just at 40K after all this time." I'm like, thanks for rubbing it in. Thanks for rubbing it in that my growth is so slow. Okay, I have no idea what's happening here. With her tentacle. Look at this. Okay. So obviously what it's showing is that here's the underside of the tentacle that's got that cream color. Here's the overside that's got the green, and I guess just for stylistic purposes it goes into pink. But then what is it split into 2? What is happening in this image? So, sorry about my dog barking. So I'm just literally going to change it because I have the control. Doop-a-doo. Okay, I'm just going to erase all this. Get rid of it. And I think I'm going to make it into a better shape that is going to be more suitable for the animation that I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be simple, standard. They're going to move around. They're going to bop a little bit just to give it some movement. Okay. Not perfect, but, oh my gosh, this takes so long. I'm sorry this is boring to watch. Oop. Okay, oop, a little bit here. I'll clean up as I go in a bit. Oh, there's another feathered line. Oops! If you erase when you're still on transparency lock, it's going to pick the color that is underneath, so it's starting to make it green. I don't want to do that. I don't know why that's a feature. It's dumb. It's a big dumb. Okay, all of that progress, and it's not really anything you could necessarily notice, but it's essential, I promise. I've actually done cosplays before as Ziana Castillo. I don't know how you pronounce that. But I don't really do cosplays anymore. I did a cosplay of Casey Viceroy and Von Salamancer from Homestuck. I had a mask with big bugged out eyes because I was a yellow salamander. I had a tail. I had a cloak. Like I didn't just like paint my face yellow. I had a full on like giant mask that was supposed to be like a lizard. It was crudely made. It was kind of bad, but it was adorable and everybody loved it because they're like Homestuck cosplays were so popular back when I used to do cosplay that like you'd see gray skin all over the place. So much gray paint and candy corn horns all over the place. And they were like, oh my gosh, this more or less obscure character is here. Oh, we love her! So much love. So many good pictures from old conventions. Warms the cockles of my cold dead little heart. And then I did a character named Clear. I'm just going to leave it at that. I sang a song as that character once. That was nice. What else have I done? I think the only other cosplay I ever did was a, it's called a something Sona. What was it? I don't know. It was an SPG, a steam-powered giraffe, like robot Sona, like an automaton character. Face paint, all that stuff. My mom even did it with me. My own mother cosplayed with me. It was wonderful. We were dressed up in like steampunk gear and we went to conventions. I love my mom. So that's what I've done for cosplay, but I've never done that. Like the last time I really was into cosplay was like 2014. So it's been a while. Yeah, I hope I wouldn't have to explain to anybody that no, I did not draw this. This is official Splatoon artwork. I'm not trying to trick anybody into thinking that I drew this. That's not the point. This image was already drawn. Oh, here's more feathered shit. God damn it. What's that? Oh, it's just a shut up phone. I understand. I get it. Okay. Sorry, it was an alarm. I already took care of it earlier, though. And I completely lost my train of thought, but you know what? That's okay. You roll with the punches. Oh my god, it's so fuzzy! No! I didn't realize the feather was on. Okay. I will be doing some drawing, though, because I'm going to be redrawing the image wherever I, remove stuff. So it requires at least an understanding of shape and 3D shape to try to guess what it might look like behind the image. I'm also going to have to be redrawing the background without these characters in it, which I actually have a time-lapse, well, not time-lapse, a live stream of me doing that as well for Shark Bites. Okay, yeah, so that's her finger. This is light on her finger. This looks like, these are both of her hands. Okay. Since I have to move them independently, I have to know what part of what is what. Are these, this is two hands put together. I get that. All of this I'm doing right now is just set up to be able to actually do what I started the stream for. Could I have just done all this before starting the stream? Oh, absolutely I could have. Did I? No. Because I'm exhilarated to be back from my break and actually back to working on stuff. Finally back in my office. Oh, that break was horrible. It's like you think, oh, I'm going to take a break, a nice relaxing break. But no, it was more emotionally taxing than anything. When you can't do the things you love and you sit there just benignly existing, watching the hours tick by, how does that not make you feel depressed? All the passions in life. And also, when I'm resting my hands a lot, if I don't have like a cold compress or a heat on, like a heating pad, I'm way more aware of the pain in my hands. Like, it hurts so much. They ache all the time, but I notice it more if I'm not using them. So stupid. I need to check the Discord. Oh my god, let me go look. Okay, guys. Let me just, shoop. This has been happening. Oh my god. So basically, oh, look at that. That's an amazing picture. The context is, since we're definitely going to be doing, like a butterfly versus bee, this happened. From Cringe Lord over here. Great name. Just a buzz brat. I made it into an emoji. It was funny. Then this happened. It started going out of control. And I guess, let's see here. I guess this is where it's going. Oh, loudy. That's really funny. Oh my god. See, that's why I like announcing like future Splatfests early, because people get into it. Like, they make fan art, and I think having like idols and this kind of a thing, and having like Splatfests in a community really helps to like foster like an art community around characters, because you automatically have something to root for or root against. You are presented with two choices, you pick a side, and a lot of times people will vehemently defend that side even if they don't really care, because there's a sense of community in the other people on their team. there's this whole, like, philosophy or whatever you want to call it to Splatfest that I think was so genius that Nintendo decided to use. And it is very, very good for fostering a fan base. It's really cool to see everybody get hyped up and so much artwork. People are so creative. Oh, I'm just rambling now. But I mean, that's what y'all came here for, right? You don't come to Caitlin Coy's channel for well thought out things. No, I'm just here to babble. Okay, am I done with Pearl yet? Jesus. Okay, yes I am, I do believe. So now, the part where it gets a little bit more interesting is, I'm going to now start deconstructing it and removing parts of their body. It's gonna be weird. Cephalo Pajama Party. When people on Caitlin's wall in the Ink Idol wiki confuse me because they don't know that Sample Kid made the music, but Caitlin arranged it. Although it doesn't just happen on the Ink Idol wiki. I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. I do know a lot of people don't realize Sample Kid made the music. It's weird to say that I arranged it, because with the music, you know, especially because we're actually going to be doing progress on that today, me and Samples, let me just, like, explain kind of the pipeline of how the songs work for Octoprism. So here's a little behind-the-scenes storytelling for you. So generally, my what I do with the music is I'll normally do the chorus, except for Digitize. Digitize is the only one so far out of all the songs that we have, including the new one that we're making, that isn't, like, that I didn't have anything to do with the melody. The melody was nothing for me. But I'm not good at writing music. I'm good at writing choruses, is what I found about myself. At least I'd like to think I am. I do like writing choruses very much. So I'll write that. Of course, I write the lyrics. I am the lyric person. Let me just pause this. Whoop. And sorry, I looked over at something, completely lost my train of thought. So I write the lyrics. I will generally write the chorus melody with the lyrics, and then Samples will oftentimes make the melody for the rest of the lyrics. And that's what happened for Synchronize. Well, I mean, I kind of had the melody for the rest of the lyrics written out for Synchronize, but he decided to change them, and they do sound better, while the chorus remained entirely the same. From what I was like, we have to do the chorus this specific way. Don't you dare change it. And he's like, okay, calm the hell down, lady. He deals with a lot of my bullshit. And, so then, like, what's happening right now is that I had an idea, because we're like, okay, we want to make a battle song. Like, you know, like Muck Warfare or Ebb and Flow, the songs that play during a Splatfest. And so I was like, okay, we're calling it the battle song. That's its name until we actually find a name for it. I was like, okay, I'm going to write lyrics for it. What are the lyrics going to be? None of you are going to know, except for the patrons. Patrons will know what it is. Whoop. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to remove the crown from her head. Let's see here. There we go. Shit, what was I talking about? I'm so sorry. Oh, this happened at that last Splatfest where I would just completely lose my train of thought at all times. Let's see here. What was I saying? Yeah, so I would write that, and then I was like, okay, let's maybe think of a chorus. So I had bits of an idea. I decided to go upstairs with my phone so that nobody else could hear me in the house. And I just sang into my phone the lyrics, and I made up the entire melody all in one go. Just singing into my phone. And now what I did is I sent that to Samples, and I'm like, hey, can we work with this? And yes, we can. But then we realized we were hitting a few snags because he can't just use that one demo that I sang into my phone quietly, trying to make sure the rest of my family didn't hear me, to craft a song around. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to create, I guess that would be the demo, and this would be a scratch track. I'm not entirely sure, but what we're going to be doing is he figures out the beat per minute, so we know we're on the same page, and then I find a metronome on YouTube for that beat per minute. I will go and I will record the song in English, in the English lyrics that I write, and just have it at the right beat per minute. I send that back to him, which is what I'll be doing today. He then takes those notes and, like, I guess transcribes them, for lack of a correct musical lingo word, into a synth lead, which is just what I'm supposed to be singing, but as a synthesizer. So, synthesizer, oh my gosh, synthesizer, that's the actual word. And then he just continues making the song from there. He does all the instrumentals, all the fancy stuff. He sends things to me. I'm like, I like this, but I don't so much like this. I think this needs to be tweaked, but oh, this part's absolutely fantastic. And I am a picky bitch. Oh my god, I am super picky with how I want the songs to be. I'm like, they have to be an exact specific way. If I don't like how it sounds, I'll let him know, because I'm like, it has to be better than this. So we actually had some problems with this one for a bit, because we were on the wrong page about how we wanted the song to go. He kept on saying Eurobeat, and I thought I knew what that was, because a sample song that he sent me, I was like, ooh, this sounds great. But I was thinking, happy, energetic, lively, like that kind of thing. And then the music that he was sending me as like sample music was like, he was starting to write out the song, did not sound right to me. I was like, this doesn't sound happy. This sounds like weirdly dramatic. I don't know. And then I actually looked up more Eurobeat songs. I was like, oh my god, they all sound like this. Every single one of them has the same kind of sound, and it's not what I was looking for, because it's not what I got from that first sample that he sent me. So I started looking for more inspiration stuff and sent him this, like, I want it to sound like this. I want it to have this kind of a vibe. I am not a musician. I do not know how to tell him exactly what I want to hear. All I can say is, I want this vibe for it. And also the demo that I sent him for a kind of feel. He then comes back to me, he's like, okay, I remade this, slaps it in our little Discord chat. Mwah! Oh my god, it is perfection. Just absolute wonderful. And now we can move on from there. But he doesn't know how to do the synth lead that like we need to make until I make that scratch track. So that's what I'll be doing today around noon. I'll probably be doing this until then. Oh, that was a nice tangent, but there you go, there's some behind the scenes. So what you're seeing right now is I am removing her crown. I'm trying to draw what I think would be behind it, which is just her bangs right here, because you can kind of see where the notch is, where her bangs are. So I just need to completely erase all of this. Oop. These Splatoon artists do something very interesting with color. Like, you see this nasty color right here? It's like, I don't know, taupe, gray, something. But then you've also got turquoise, and then there's suddenly pink. But it doesn't look strange. It all blends together. And I've been trying to do more interesting stuff with that, with color, like with that Raina Drops picture that I did. Curse her, McTwilight? What? Prismatic Static, a Rainbow Rumble, Christian Hinojosa. I don't know how to pronounce that. Rainbow, hold on a second. I have to send, I don't know if we'll use it. But, oh my gosh, let's see here. Prismatic, static. Okay, I just sent that to him. Who the heck is Colton? I'm just looking over. Everybody's like, it's Colton. Who's Colton? Who are you talking about? I don't even see somebody in the chat named that. Prismatic well, we'll have to see what the song ends up really sounding like. Because we don't quite have the sound figured out yet. But we've got a good start. There were a lot of hiccups in development with Digitize. It was delayed a couple of days because of disagreements and how loud the vocal should be. That was nuts. Okay, let's blend that. Maybe I'll use this one to blend it. Oof. Blend these colors. That's garbage. Where's the old blending brush that I used to use? The one that I used like a year ago. Where is it? Where are the blending brushes? Let me look. Preset Manager, get more brushes, restore brush defaults, brush tip, brush stroke, special effects brushes, circles, scatter. I have too many brushes on here that I don't even use. Why? Is it this one? No, because that's not a blending brush. I need a blending brush. I'm so frustrated. Is this not even the brush I'm supposed to use? It's not the artist brush. It's the mixer brush. I don't even know. It's frustrating. Oh well. As long as I can get this to look okay. There we go. Zoom back in. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna pop her up here. Okay, I made her bangs go down a little bit further, but you know what? That's okay. She has such a big forehead anyway. Okay, so I see where her crown is still on here. But I'm going to have to create this tentacle as its own thing anyway, and that's starting to merge into here. It will be covered by the crown, however. So I think what I'm going to do is crop this out so I don't accidentally destroy it. And, no. Over here. This one. There we go. Just sculpt that out. Gotta redraw all of this. There we go. And how far back should I put her head, though? It's gonna be covered up by a hood. What I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to visualize how I'm supposed to cut up the different layers of her body to work as different animated pieces. Now, this is not an interesting thing to watch because it's all happening in my head. I'm just trying to think, trying to figure it out. So, okay. So she's got her body. Her bangs are not going to be moving. They're not going to be, like, flopping around or anything because they're just going to be against her head. Okay. So she's got the head. That'll be one thing. I'll do the eyes later. So her head is with her hair. Now, if I just keep this, the hood with her head, that could work. Now, but when I move her head, it's going to be moving from a pivot right here on her neck. So if I make the hoodie part of the head, that will move down the exact same unless I use a puppet tool to kind of move it back into place. But because the crown here is covering up what could be a seam, I could just do this part of the head as the one thing, then this down here as something entirely different, the back of the hood, and then the tentacle would go over that and cover up the seams. So it would be face with the head, then the hoodie, then the tentacle above those, and then the crown above all of that. Okay. That is how I'm going to do it. It takes a lot of thought to figure out how to do this. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do then, after getting that figured out, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take this, this whole thing. All of this. Just take frickin' all of it. And in fact, yeah, never mind. That thought process is not worth continuing. Okay, so I can take this off because I already did that part of the body. Oh. Yes. Okay, so this is where her hood is. So following the curve, it would... Oh, whoopsie. No, wrong layer. There we go. It would probably follow that curve, I'm assuming. Something like that. It doesn't matter that much, because the crown is going to go over it. So, do I want her head to end there? No, because it can't. So. There we go. So I'll make that where the back of her head is. Who the hell is Carlton? I'm sure somebody said it, but I wasn't looking. Shut up. Okay, I'm going to combine these together, I think. Yeah, that works. Oh, I barely know what I'm doing. I'm just, every single time I open up one of these projects, I was like, I think I know what I'm doing, and then I just see what happens. That's just most of my life, honestly. I think I know what I'm doing. Let's hope for the best. I don't know. Okay, that looks fine. Time to erase this. There we go. Oop. Lock that transparency, draw within the lines, get these two colors with the eyedropper tool, and then the mixer brush, which I think, it's not even the good mixer brush. I'm going nuts over here. This is so frustrating. I don't have the old mixer brush that I used to. I don't know where it went. Is it a dry media? So frustrating. Definitely when the stream is over, I'm gonna look for where my frickin' old mixer brush went. All this goes away. Erase her crown. Her crown is gone. Just no more crown. Thank you for keeping things all neat and tidy, Annie. I look over occasionally. I'm like, oh, messages were deleted. What happened? Okay, so there's part of what I have for her head. It does get covered up right there. There's her body. Okay. This can be rounded off. You gotta round off a lot of edges in the animation so that it doesn't, like... I would never be a good teacher because I can't explain what I'm talking about unless I have an example to show for it. Did Cringe Lord put more amazing stuff in the Octoprism thing? Flitter, flatter, joy, butterfly, commence. Oh my god. Ah, that's amazing. What the hell have you done to my characters? I love it. I can't pin each and every one. Now what I can do with this, okay, yeah. I know what to do. Do I? Never mind, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, her tentacle is gonna go over this anyway. So I'm just going to give her her face back, basically. In fact, I'm going to, because it's going to be separate from her neck. There we go. Just remove her face. Will this be hidden by the tentacle? Yes, it'll be completely hidden, so I don't really need to worry about mixing this area in. But I do need to trim this part down, I think. I'll change it later if it doesn't work. I am a mother of what? Of my characters? Because if so, yes I am. I don't have any children though, if you're wondering. Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll make her bangs a little bit longer. It doesn't matter. No one's even gonna notice when they're watching the video. Okay, now I'm gonna get her hood. That's just gonna be super, super easy. It goes below the crown. It goes below the head. Hood. Call it that. And it's kind of, yep, it's merging onto the head. Break it over there. And what's so lovely easy about this? Boom! That's all I need, because it's going to be covered up by everything else. So that's it for the hood. Now let's say, yep, if I put the pivot point there, yep, it'll be able to move slightly on its own. I'll add some puppet warping on it, so that'll give it a bit more articulation, you know, my fancy words. There's a crown. Perfect. It's turning out right. Of course I still have my chihuahua, my little chihuahua Piper. Oh my gosh. He is such a little baby. Oh, I love my chihuahua. I still have both of my dogs, my miniature schnauzer and my chihuahua. I spent a lot of time with them during the break. That was the only good part of it. I spent a lot of time with them, just sitting out in the living room. They were like, please, mommy, pay attention to me. Because my chihuahua we didn't intentionally train him to do this, but he knows, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the way to get us to give him cuddles and love is to roll onto his back so we can pet his belly. He knows that. He knows it's our weakness. So he will always just be like, hey there, how you doing? He'll put his paw on us, put his paw at us a bit, turn over onto his back, and I'm like, oh, you silly bitch, you got me. And I give him belly rubs every single time. He has a control over me like nothing else. It's the power of cute. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, so it's all coming together now. Hopefully people now understand what I'm doing to an extent. Okay, it comes up here. I'm separating this so I can animate it. There's more in Discord? Yeah, I saw from Pastel. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you're over the age of 13 and you have a phone number, go join our Discord. A lot of people have been saying the chat's been dead, and I'm like, you know, there's so many more channels than just that one chat, but still, if you don't want it to be dead, you could have more people. Just go have a nice, lovely conversation. We're not going to be having our Splatfest for a hot minute, but that gives us more time to prepare for it, because the last one didn't go so well. Okay, so I'm just going to shoop, and doop. There we go. So now, oops, I've got the basic, I did not mean to make a text layer. There we go, the wrong button. I now have to take the crown off of this tentacle, so that's not going to be too hard, honestly. I'll just take this color. Yep. Forgot to lock that transparency. Yep. And it seems to be the exact same color as it is up here. There we go. Oh, is it a little bit different? Nope. Pretty much almost the exact same. Boom! It's gone. Super simple. Now I want to make sure I didn't mess up the little things down here. In fact, I'll add another little one. Why not? Another little pink spot, I guess. I love how they use colors. There's that kind of greenish taupe and, whoop, there's an alarm. The pale pink, there's like a periwinkle blue, goes into more turquoise. It's got lime green, there's orange on here. The way they use color is amazing. Okay, let's see here. I have to go stop the dishwasher and take my dogs out for just a second. I'll be back in a minute. So I need to bring my dogs back in a minute. They're just out in the backyard. If 10 minutes go by and I forget and somebody happens to remember, please let me know. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doo. Let's just get that color consistent. I guess I'll use that mixer. There we go. Good, good. It's looking standard, good. The animating part is the fun part. This is just tedium. But it does require a certain amount of concentration. Okay. Let me see how this is going to look with the rest of her body that I have. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's going to cause some problems. So, let's see. Let's just... So that's part of the head that's going to be seen no matter what. So... I'm just going to call this front tentacle because it's in the front of the image according to what I see. So if I wanted to choose this as a pivot point, there we go, it moves. Okay, so that's where it's going to be moving from. Oopsie. Whoops. God damn it. Yep. That works. Now her head, pivot point from down here. Yeah, that looks fine. I must curse them. What, you mean like make an emoji? Like Bo was they already are cursed. They are cursed as they are. The fans create the cursed creations. I don't. Oh, do you mean like when I like removed like the separate parts of their face? Well, that's gonna happen automatically. Like, okay, how about I work on the eyes literally right now? So, what I will generally do, so I've got the head. Let's just use the magnetic lasso tool and lasso quite around. Okay. Shoop. Alright. Kind of trying to do it like outside of the line so that it really hugs around the black. Okay. Switch it back to the regular lasso. Get a couple of these little bits that weren't taken. Cleaned up slightly. Boom! So there are her eyes. That was super simple, just getting her eye mask isolated. So now, let's just do the standard thing I did before. Lock that and get rid of the little edges by making it all black. Okay. Yep, there we go. There is going to be a problem when I'm going to try to frickin' put her eyes over here. That's not going to work. I'll figure out a way to make it work. I can't explain why that won't work. I'll have to show it when I do a live stream on these being animated. Okay, eye mask. Because that's what it is. It's a little mask. Let's change the color on the background. There we go. So now what I need to do is do it for the inside of the eye. So the eye mask is just the eye mask and nothing else. Boop. Oh, whoopsie. Control Z that. I'm gonna move. Press shift so it adds. And it's all of this. Okay, and boop. I'm just going to cut and paste. And just move them back to where approximately they need to be. That looks about right. And again, I'll just go over the entire thing with the same gray black. There we go, her eye mask is done. And now this is... She just needs, it's all one color, the inside of her eyes. There isn't, let me look. Yeah, there isn't a shadow. It's one singular color. I need some water. So this is just the sclera, or sclera. I don't know how to frickin' pronounce it. Just duplicate that. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm focusing. Okay, so that is just the eye whites. Now, I have to get her pupils, and that's a whole nother story. Although these seem like they'll be pretty easy to do. Okay, I'm gonna make a, let's see, I'm just gonna call these irises. I'm gonna have a layer below it. I'm gonna try to make this brush and see the preview to see if it fits. No, that needs to be a little bit bigger. 66, 77. That looks about right. So I'm going to copy this I'm actually going to use my mouse to make sure it is the exact same size. And line up that curve. Boom. Why did that look like that was super low opacity? Oh, because the flow was down. What the hell? Okay. I don't know why that was changed. Okay, let me go straight back over it. Plop. Right in there. And I think I'll do the same for this one, right over here. This is a little strange. Well, it's got... There we go. The angle is very bizarre, but that works. That works. So I'm just recreating the eye, basically. Oopsie, wrong thing. There we go, erase that away. That wasn't too good, hold on. Take that off. Erase that away. Now it is time to combine these two layers. Boom! These are just her irises. Let me remember what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like this. Okay. Lock that layer. Smaller. Just have, you know, a little bit of a highlight down here where it will generally have a highlight. Okay. Alright, and I do believe I actually need to make her, this little star, a little bit bigger. Definitely got to do that over here. That looks like it's about right. Let's see. Yeah, because it'll be moving around a bit. Let's clean up that edge. So, how do I go about not having this happen? Well, I put that head over it, but now what I have to do is completely remove her eyes from this. Well, actually, yeah, I'm just going to combine the eye over it. So hold on a second. Let's just remove her eyes, everybody. I guess you could call this cursed. She doesn't have eyes anymore. God, the change in color is so subtle. My head is down with my chin on my desk trying to look for the very subtle color changes. Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry, I pressed the wrong button again. I always do that. Okay. Alright, so I have removed her eyes. How do I rectify this horrible mistake? Simple. There's her eyes. So now I will just completely erase what is in here because the eye whites will be behind it as well as her irises. Now I could have done this an easier way, honestly. I could have just erased the inside of her eyes and wouldn't have to, you know, completely remake the mask. I could have removed that step, but I didn't. And you know what? That's okay, because not everything is perfect. So now, She has iris and eye whites that are separate. Which, oh lord! Oh, I have auto select on. Okay. So now, with her irises, they can move. Because it's behind the head. She kind of looks derpy though, so I'll probably have to separate the irises into two separate moving things and animate them independently. That'll be interesting. Put peppers please, peppers in eyes please. The person who doesn't have a name. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay, let's see here. How's it looking? So this has been deconstructed and reconstructed. It's looking okay. It's missing a lot of the jagged stuff, but I don't like that anyway. Which, by the way, if I recall, can only be created by a square pixel brush on a large size, which I'll probably show someday. Like how they do that. It's really actually very interesting. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to put this in a group called head so I can get these 4 layers into one thing and I can make it go down. What to do next? I guess this tentacle, this one shouldn't be too hard. And this will go behind the rest of everything in her head. So down. Rear tentacle. There we go. So let's just completely remove everything. So take that off because that won't be a movable part. How is this about shaped? So it comes like this, and I have a feeling it'll kind of be shaped like that. Okay. And I think that is good. Now these are very easy because it looks like only one color. That color. Just cover up the rest of her face. Oopsie. I don't know why I always say oopsie. Just oopsie. Oopsie doopsie. Whenever I make a mistake, it's just natural. Okay. And that's it. That was deconstructing that one. Super simple. But I have to make sure if it's going to move correctly with the rest of her head. Because of how I split up these parts. So the rear tentacle is right here. How will that be able to move? And what will it look like if I put the pivot point right there? Okay. But that won't work because the pivot point is actually, like, that's how far up it is. So that won't work. Let's see. So I need our head and this on to look for this. Okay. Okay. Let's see where this intersects. It intersects right here. Oopsie. So if I just take that part out. Actually, let me make sure that I put an art history mark so I can go back to it if I fuck this all up. Well, yeah, but I'm not just like oops or whoops. I always go oopsie. Every single time. Oopsie. I don't know why. I'm such a child. Okay. Okay, so let's make this go up and see how is this going to move if I put it all the way up here. See, there's that is happening. But would I want her tentacle to actually go out this far? But still, that's not lining up. That won't work. It only works if I do it like a little bit, but I want it to move more. So I need to do a little bit of finagling on that. So, yeah, let me go back. I'm gonna have to remove it from her head. That's apparent now. I guess have it go here? I think that makes sense. And actually, I'm going to just, let me see if that looks right. It does not look right. How am I going to make this one work? Oof. Big oof, chief. Sorry, I'm being a lot more quiet. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. This is annoying. Okay, let's see. How close is that to the original? Okay, that looks very close right there. So now, if I use this as a pivot point, what will it look like? Oh, frickle. Okay, there we go. This is the pivot point. That's a fair amount of movement for that to move and that to look okay. So, okay, I think that's how I'm going to do it. I just had to move that part up. Oh, okay, that was frustrating, but I figured it out. Let's see how much I think I'll be moving the crown. Also, the pivot point on the crown is bizarre. The crown seems to be hanging from right here. Guess I'll just do a little bit of movement on this. Something like that. I don't know. So she's also got a hood. I guess her arm next. I mean, a lot of this stuff is covered up by the tentacles, so I don't have to draw a whole lot of it. Okay. But this is going to require me to try to figure out how to do her fingers. You know what? How about I start working on Marina, actually? Put Pearl on the back burner and get Marina out here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at it and trying to think of all the different moving parts that I need. So there's going to be her head. Then her headphone is going to be on top of that. She has one tentacle right here, but it's going to have to be split into two parts because there's going to have to be a separate part right here that goes over this. We have the band, one extra layer to go behind this that will be attached to this. It's not actually going to move. Then I'm going to need this as its own separate thing. It's going to have 3 parts, a stationary part, and then 2 little ribbon ends that can move. She's got a tentacle right here. Okay, I'm going to have to fix her eyes. Then we have the upper part of her body, lower part of her body. She's got her hand right here. I mean her arm. I'll just make that one layer. She's got a chain. This is going to have to move separately. She's got 2 legs. I don't know how I'm going to split those up. And 1 long tentacle right back here. So, just at first glance, that's how many separate moving parts I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to, like, work with. My throat hurts from talking. I don't know why they had to do mustard versus ketchup. Why couldn't they do cakes versus, like, well, ice cream versus cupcakes? That was so good. I'm trying to think. Is this part of her headphone? I think it is. Okay, what part am I going to deconstruct first? Oh, there's also the back of her head, which I guess I'll just attach to her head. I guess I'll just do her head first. That sounds like it'd be the easiest. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes. No, it will be the easiest part. The easiest part to start with. Magnetic lasso, let's get her face out of here. Add this. Yeah, that's the magnetic lasso tool, I guess, at the contrast, or I think, yeah, it's the contrast that it's at, which I don't know how to actually work. Let me see. What if I moved the contrast down to 20%? What would happen if I did that? It still barely works. Never mind, I'm going to turn that up to 90%, and I'm just going to do this just with the lasso tool. And turn it. Add this entire thing. Damn it, I pressed the wrong button. Get that line. Okay. Little thing. And it actually stretches over here. The colors are just so similar, it's hard to see, which is why the lasso tool didn't recognize that. Like, these colors are so similar here, that's also why that happened. So I need to just get rid of that part myself. There we go. Let's see. That's good. What else about her do I need to remove? That's good for now. I'll just take that off. Okay. I'm constantly switching between the eyedropper tool and the brush tool, if anybody noticed. It's because I have brush as B and the eyedropper as A. I'm just constantly picking up the color that I need and dropping it down. Oop, there's a little bit that needs to be removed. In fact, all that needs to be removed. Okay, so just take that off. I think I need a new color for the background. What about a nice blue? The color doesn't need to be good, it just needs to be contrasted. Ah, that hurts my eyes. We'll use this. This is a good contrast. I wish I could share the music that I was listening to with you guys right now, but I don't like being demonetized. I'm listening to Holding On to You by 21 Pilots. I don't actually know what their more recent music sounds like, but back before they were super famous, I actually saw them perform in a bar once. It was pretty awesome. And that song will always be a favorite of mine. Let's say... Yeah, I'm going to have to reconstruct her eye over here. It won't be too hard. It will not be too hard to guess what angle they're supposed to be going for. And I can just, boop, cut all of that down. This will all be covered up by the rest of, like, the tentacle and the bandana. So that's not the problem. Okay. See, this front tentacle and these back tentacles are blended together because of the color that's used on here. And that's because, let's see here if I can put the whole image over it again and zoom it in. There is light coming through here, which means I'm actually going to be changing that because the light is going in, like, you know, at a perfect angle. When they start moving, that's not going to match up anymore. So actually, I'm going to be changing all of this color back to just brown. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing. You get to all watch me struggle. Isn't that fun? Oh, stop pestering me about Discord. I have it. I see it. You like jazz? It's hilarious. And I'm not being sarcastic. It is really funny. I'm just very focused on this right now. don't you start spamming Woomy. What do you think you're doing? What are you gaining from spamming Woomy in the chat? I really don't know. You gain nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. I don't understand the mindset behind spam. I really don't. Okay, so all of this is just one skin tone, apparently. So it's just one color, generally. Oopsie. So this is all just going to be one color, because it's going to be covered up by everything else. So it's going to look weird. This is where the cursed shit comes from. GG Josh R.E. Leader Main. I am deconstructing this image into movable parts so I can animate it. If you saw my Shark Bites music video, it'll make more sense. The Shark Bites video was done with the exact same process, and there are live streams of those as well, showing how I tore apart the image and redrew it, like I'm doing with her eyebrows right now. Let me see. Just so I can animate it. It's big brain time. So this seems to be about the, there we go. Like the angle that they were going for the eye. At least, the art style is so bizarre. It was not, the art that they draw it in, it's not like the 3D stuff. They don't intend it that way. So it's got a lot of weird angles. I'm not going to mess with the eyes too much here because, you know, I'll be doing that deconstruction thing on them. But I will be touching them up a bit because they are super sloppy. Which is kind of the point. That's kind of the aesthetic of this artwork. Only a true fan of Splatoon 2 will know what Woomy and Vimo mean. I think most people know what those mean that are part of the fandom. Only a true people will know what it is. Because no one will shut up about it and spamming it everywhere. Oops, darn it, I did not mean to do that. No, the headphones are part of this layer. Yes, let me just squiggle this line up. Because this is just going to be attached to the head. It's going to move with her head. Okay, getting this to look more, I don't know. I'm just trying to follow what the curve looks like. This is what I mean by I'm redrawing it. And then the and then the mixing brush. I'm trying to give it the same kind of slightly scraggly quality. Now most of this is going to be covered up by that little bandana, so I don't need to worry about that too much until I see an issue. And then I can just change it in the program. Okay, so I'm changing all of this back to brown. Just all brown, so that it doesn't have that lighting issue. There we go, because that's like the tentacle that's supposed to be at the back of her head. Okay. I have to move this down because that's where the edge of the bandana is. Where does the bandana go over that? It goes over most of this. So I really just need enough colors to kind of give it some motion. This looks awful. It looks like she's got some kind of tumor. Out loud. Gerald Ponce, what are you doing? You're being a nonce. That's an insult, right? Nonce. I think I've heard it once or twice. Were you just spamming? Jackass. Again, what do you gain from spamming other than making people mad and eventually getting blocked? Like, were you here because you actually wanted to, you know, watch what I was doing, look at this cursed tumor big brain Marina, or engage in the chat? Or did you just want to fuck with people? What is your mindset? I don't understand you. I wish that I could understand you. But that's why we need Yanni. I know! It's so awful! Let's just get rid of that. Okay. It looks so bad. It'll look better, I promise you. Big brain. So let's add on this now. How about that? How about we do that? That good with you? See the bandana. And I'll cover up some of it. That's the head. I mean, let me see if I still have them. Shark bites, PSD files, deconstruction. So this is the file that I used for shark bites. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to make the blink too. This is what her frickin' head looks like for that video. And these are all the parts of her head that I had to put on. It looks weird. And I think it looks even weirder for Pearl. I don't remember. Head, body. Let me just take everything off. Her head is gone. That's a hand. Yeah, it just looks weird because that's how I add on the other things. It just looks bizarre. So she's got a lot of stuff on her head. So it looks so funny. Ah, kill me. Okay, bandana. So because this is white, this will be a lot easier to use with the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, it's not going to do so well right here. Oh, actually it did, because those colors are so similar. Okay, swoop around. I'm doing this very quick because it's all super easy. There we go. Now I'm just going to redraw that part. Okay, all down there, and boop. Did I have to fix any of that? Nope, that looks about right. And let's add in this for good measure. All right. So that one will be a lot better. Her head still has a giant forehead behind it, but a tentacle will cover that, so don't worry about it. Ooh, Sunflower by Sway Lee and Post Malone just came on. I love this song. Yeah, and it's hilarious that they're cursed. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I never understood those, like, try not to sing challenges, because they're so boring. Like, oh, just try not to sing along. That's really the challenge. It's just gonna be one person listening to a copyrighted song and then being like, ooh, I was about to sing to it. Ha ha ha. It's so boring. But I do understand the concept behind it, because I want to jam along to this and sing along to it so bad. But I'm trying not to, because you guys can't hear what I'm listening to. I mean, I told you, but you can't actually hear it, and that would just be a little weird. So I'm not gonna. Okay, I had to hum it. I had to do it. Okay. Now this part right here, I have to kind of guess what was behind this on the design. So first, gonna erase that. I'm going to make a layer behind it to get this shape correct. There we go. Okay. I just erase where that tentacle was, and I'm just going to make it super simple. Just, super simple. I'm just going to continue these curves. And, I guess that fits. It'll be mostly covered up anyway, so there's not really a problem. I guess I'll just add another little thing right here. Kind of complete that look. And it's going to be covered up, so it doesn't really matter that much what I put there. I think I'll remove this because you don't really see it. There we go. So that's done. Bug catcher. I can't show my face. I don't have a camera. I have a microphone and OBS Studio. I ain't got nothing else. So this is just going to be going behind everything. Okay. Inside bandana. And it's going to go behind this. See here? There we go. So these are two separate movable objects. So the theory is, well, not theory, I know exactly how this works. But when this is moved, it's called parenting in the program. You parent two things together. So, like when this moves, this right here will move the exact same way. So, but if I had just left it the way it was, if this moves down here, you know, that would, like, move away, and you'd be able to... I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Like, then it'll still move, and you'll still be able to see it behind it. So it gives that illusion. So let's see here. Yeah. I've done that many times for things like that. Okay. Let's see here. I'll deconstruct the bandana parts later. I want to get that tentacle on there so it stops looking so frickin' weird. Okay. And whoop. That's going to go beneath the bandana, but above the head. I'm going to call this tentacle bangs? I don't know. It's the short little one. Oh, I think my boyfriend's coming downstairs. I might end the stream soon. Hello, darling. I'm on stream. So everybody can hear everything you say. Look at her creepy tumor head. It's beautiful. It's gonna be covered up with everything else. And he just left. He's a busy man. He's got things to do. So I see that it's going from here, but then it also needs to curve this way. So I think that's going to be the shape of the tentacle.
So I'm not going to be doing her yard thing today.
Oh. Well, I'll still be doing recording at some point.
Alright, well I'm going to be playing games with Alfie at some point.
Okay, we'll figure out the schedule later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So will I be able to do the recording like late at night or?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you all the time that you need later today.
Because I do believe that samples will want to get the songs before super late at night so we can do some work today.
You'll get the chance later today.
Okay. Thank you. There's a big problem. I am nervous singing when I know other people can hear me. It's like, okay, I'm singing for I'm singing for Octoprism, but like those songs, number one, my voice is heavily filtered. Number two, you're not hearing all of the bad takes. Like those songs are spliced together of multiple different takes that I had to do. I sing them like songs just repeatedly and then sing different parts of the songs on their own, and I try to get it right the best that I can. It's a lot of trial and error, and I don't like hearing, like, knowing that people can hear me. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So he was supposed to be doing something with the neighbor today, helping them with their yard or something, like the great, wonderful, charitable guy he is. But I guess not. So I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that he's gonna be able to hear me. I mean, he's my boyfriend. He would never, like, judge me or anything. But it's still uncomfortable for me. So right now, as you can see, I'm removing the bandana from her. What are these spammers even saying? I haven't even been, like... Because I'm not looking. I don't know what's going on. Oop. I'm still streaming. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. There we go. Spammers are just sad because they have nothing better to do with their day. Like, how lonely and bored do you have to be? Like, go get some hobbies or something. Seriously, I'm worried about you. You come and you spam, and it's like, why? What is the mentality? Do you need to talk to somebody? Do you need help? Is there something going on? Is it a cry for help? How you just annoy every single person. No one likes it. What is wrong with you? I don't know. That's my opinion on people who spam. And I hope you get help. Ooh, that's a strong color. My eyes can't handle that. That's a little bit better. Okay, how much of this is going to be covered up? Most of it. Yeah, most of it. Of course, I'm taking some liberties with how it looks. Okay, this is a little bit strange, so trying to blend this and make it look like Splatoon is a little bizarre. Giving it that texture, I have no idea how to get that texture. Let's see how that's looking. Okay, most of that's going to be covered up. That's fine. Okay. So now, that goes beneath the bandana. Yep, that looks right. But now, there's a little bit that goes over the bandana. So that's super simple. Not hard at all. Magnetic lasso tool. Boop. Take it out of the image. Duplicate that. Plop it down here. Yep. And that is super, super easy. It's going to be parented to the tentacle bangs so that it moves with them, but it will also be able to move independently. So let's see here. Yep, it'll be able to move independently. Perfect. That was super easy. Okay. As you can see, her head does not look as deformed anymore because all of this covers it up. Okay, so that would be tentacle tip, I guess I'll call it. What about the big one right here? This one is also super easy. Not a problem, because it's mostly just one color. I'm just going to move that down, I guess. It is below the bandana, above the head. So I'm going to put it right here. So I guess this is left tentacle. It's on my left. So this is pretty easy. I can see the shape already. That's pretty simple. Take that out. Add this back in. Follow this shape. And voila, the bandana is gone. I'm going to, let's see here. The head extends not far, actually. Wait a minute. Did I mess something up? Let me look. Oh, I see. I messed that up. I have unmessed it up. I fixed it. Okay. It has to look like the original image, you know? Just erase all of this. In fact, let me just start using the magnetic lasso tool on this. Get some stuff away. Boop, 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 boop. Now this is strange because this looks like this is the underside of the tentacle, but then there's that same color that's on the top side of the tentacle right here. Sometimes I'll change the artwork if things just don't look correct to me, but I'll see what I feel about this one as I'm working on it. Okay, time to constantly switch between, there we go, the eyedropper and the brush. Looks good. Looks good. Let's just remove all of this. Make this all brown so that the bandana isn't seen behind it. That was super easy. Looks weird, but you know. Let's see how it looks. If I put the pivot point right here. You know what? I'll probably actually split this into two parts so that this can move, but it's also taken like by this. Actually, I think I'll do that with warp points. I guess I'll decide whether or not I do that when I'm doing the actual animating. I guess I have people who are Spanish and they like speak Spanish and they like my videos. I guess that's why there's Spanish people here. Hello, Spanish people. I can't understand a thing you're saying. Let's see, what color should we make this? That's good. That's a good color. Oh, whoopsie. Did I... There we go. I made a mistake. But I fixed it. Control Z is my savior. What to do now? I could do this back one. That would be super easy. It's when I get into, like, her body and especially these shoes, this part. But actually, honestly, the more I look at her model, like, the way that I'm going to put her together and animate her is honestly a lot more simple than Pearl, because I'm going to have to figure out all this shit down here. It'll actually probably just be easier if I do this off stream, but, you know. I'm going to do this last back tentacle, and then I'm going to end the stream. I want to pick another song to listen to. There we go. Just take that all off. Okay. Okay. Okay, just take all of this and delete it. Okay, so how's the shape working on this one? Definitely it's going down this curve. Too much of a curve. Let's say that's the curve. I have now dictated that that's the shape of this thing. I guess before I figure out what the rest of the shape should be, I should honestly just fill in the colors and then just slim it down from there with how I think it should look. Okay. It gets more turquoise the further down it goes. God, I love how they use colors. It's so interesting. Okay. Okay, that looks right. Then take away her arm. That's button in there. Okay, now it's time to go closer in and get these colors working correctly together, while I don't have any specific layers to work with. Okay. A little bit of the orange. That looks okay. Yeah, that looks fine. Sorry, I was pretty quiet there for a sec. I don't like this mixing brush. Where's the old one? The hell was that? Oh, actually, you probably can't see that very well, but that is actually perfect. Oh my god. Pastel Ultimate Palooza, you are going up in the world. You're going right up here underneath the Splatoon brush, because that was perfect. Oh, there we go. the colors are probably too close together for you to see exactly what I was ranting about, but I assure you, it looks great. That's like another way to do like Splatoon style shit. Yeah, that looks really good. Perfect. Okay, let me finish the tentacle in terms of getting everything else off of it, and then I'm gonna figure out the figure out how to make it work. Where are my erasers? Just need... No, I need a regular hard eraser. Jesus. No. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it. Working with these programs is just like, oh, I got it. Oh, God, I fricked it up. Oh, no, never mind, I got it. But then sometimes you gotta call up customer service. That's not fun. Let's see if I can make this really big. Boop. That looks okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to emulate it to the best of my abilities. That's fine. You know what? Honestly, it's not even going to be like... Yeah, it's mostly going to be covered up. So what am I even struggling over? Okay. Based on how this is shaped... trying to shave it down without completely fucking it up. Okay, let's put everything else on top of it for what I have right now. And yeah, that looks good to me. Okay. So here's what I currently have of I've got their heads mostly. I still have to do some stuff to Marina's head. And with her eyes and breaking apart the bandana. Ugh, it's not even noon. How am I tired? Anyway, thank you everybody to joining me for this little impromptu stream. I am happy to be away from my break and back to drawing and making videos for everybody. So it means a lot to me that you're here. I am going to end the stream when I remember how to get to it. There we go. Okay, bye!